Hi, I'm Jan, and for my demonstrative speech, I'll be talking about how to prepare for a sporting event. Now, I do think that the tips I'll be speaking about today apply to a variety of different sports, whether that may be soccer, football, basketball, swimming, gymnastics, almost anything. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So I'll be splitting this speech in between kind of four different factors that I think are very important in preparation for a sporting event. So the first one I'll be speaking about is nutrition. So nutrition is obviously very important before a sporting event for obvious reasons. Some of the things that I would recommend you eat before a sporting event are foods like pasta, as it's great carbohydrates, gives you that energy boost that you need to perform at your optimal level, and fruits. Now, the reason I kind of sort of tend to lean towards fruits is because let's say you have the pasta 3 to 4 hours before your sporting event, but and then you have to wait another 2 hours before your sporting event. You Athletes can probably relate. You will tend to get hungry, and the best thing to do then is to turn to fruits, in my opinion. An orange, a banana, a plate of grapes, whatever it may be, just to keep obviously give your body great nutrients, but also just make sure that you aren't at a state where you're very hungry, because nobody likes performing a sport, especially when you're hungry. So, but you also don't want to be at that point where you're bloated and you feel sluggish and you feel like your mobility's off because you've eaten and consumed so much food. I also know people that tend to turn to sugary foods such as a chocolate bar. That's completely fine. It's just I think it's also down to how well you know your body and how well you know how your body will react to the foods that you put inside of it. Next thing I'll be talking about is packing a bag. Now, this may sound really random, but I think um, the day of your sporting event, your main focus should be on that day and on that sport and on that event, whatever it may be, a tournament, a single match, whatever it may be. So me personally, the night before my sporting event, I tend to pack my bag already. So for example, for me, I will be joining the men's soccer team, hopefully in the spring, and for any the day before any soccer game that I may have or tournament, I tend to pack my bag. So I will put in my shorts, my compression shorts, my ankle straps, my soccer jersey, my training socks for the warm up, and my soccer cleats, as well as my shin pads or shin guards, whatever you may call it. Now, I think the reason I do this is because, as I've aforementioned before in this speech, it's to do with just being able to focus on exactly what my goal is for that day without having to, rush to like get my stuff together, and I just don't. There's something about that I think just makes it so much easier to focus on your main goal for that day. And next, I was speaking about things to kind of get you in the mood before that sporting event, or on the day, whatever it may be. For me, that's music. So let's say you're on a long bus journey to a destination where you're gonna play your game. I'm relating a lot of this to soccer just because that's what resonates with me, because I am a soccer player. So let's say I'm on a journey, on a long bus journey, I will normally just sit by myself, kind of isolate myself and just gather my thoughts. Positive ones, of course, because you want to go into every sporting event with a positive mindset. So I tend to listen to music. Now, this is one of those things that may not apply to everyone. It's very subjective, everyone's different. So you might be the person on the bus that just wants to fall asleep and wake up energized and ready to go. You might be the person that wants to play cards. You might be the person that wants to read, watch a movie. So it's really subjective. But me personally, I like listening to music. I listen to my favorite rappers, things to just get me hyped up and get me in the mood. So yeah. And next, I'll be talking about sleep. Now, sleep, of course, for obvious reasons, is a very important factor. Let's say you have a sporting event, a game, on a weekend, on a Friday, and you've been training from Sunday through to Wednesday. Excuse me. Sleep throughout those days is very important, just so that it allows your body to recover because the last thing you want to do is having is to have a bad sleep habit from Sunday to Thursday and then have to perform on a Friday, because for one, your body won't be fully recovered. You will be exposed. You will more likely be exposed to injuries, and also you just won't be energized. You won't be at that optimal level that you know you can be. So sleep is obviously a very important one. I would suggest to try and get from anywhere from 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Obviously, again, this is a very subjective thing, because some people, I know people that can function at their best just from 5 hours of sleep. Some people need more. So it's just about really familiarizing yourself with your body, and just doing the correct things. Just thinking of your body as a machine, and it needs the right fuels. So that entails the right foods, right amount of sleep, etc. And yeah, that'll be it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and thank you for listening.